All right, guys. Some people have asked me for help with some of the word problems in the last section. That's section 6.2, and the questions. Well, in any event, they went up to number 12. So I'm just going to show you how to do numbers 10, 11, and 12 as best I can. Number 10 says that the formula h plus n l plus b gives the height h of n number of stacked containers where each container has a lip height L and a base height B. So he's stacking flower pots that have 8 centimeter lip height and 50 centimeter base height. For safety reasons, the maximum allowable height of the stack is 1.3 meters. How many pots can she safely put in one stack? Justify your answer. So I'm just going to write that formula first of all. It's H equals NL plus B. All right. Now the question tells you what L and B are, and it also tells you what that maximum allowable height can be. The maximum allowable height is 1.3 meters. N is the thing that we want to solve for. It says that the lip height is 8 centimeters, so I'm going to put 8 centimeters in here, and then I'm going to put plus the base height, which is 50 centimeters. And there's a little diagram in beside it that shows you the lip height and the base height. And when you stack them, they go into each other, so you're only really adding a lip height. Now you'll notice an issue here, or you should notice an issue, that this is in meters and these are in centimeters. So you got to choose what you want to use, and I'm going to choose centimeters. So 1.3 meters is 130 centimeters, and I'm also going to cut off the units now, so it's n times 8 plus 50. All right. So the rest of the problem is just arranging this so that you can solve for n. All right. First thing you got to do is subtract 50 from both sides. So 130 minus 50, I think, is 80. You can check my math on that. And of course, the 50 will just go away on the other side. And then the last step is just to divide by 8. 80 divided by 8 is 10. That's what n is equal to, and there you go. N is 10 is equal to n, or n is equal to 10. So that means you can stack 10 of these things without going over that upper limit. Now 11, I haven't read for quite a while since I assigned this. It says office placement agencies use the formula S equals W minus 10E over M to determine keyboarding speed. In the formula, S is the keyboarding speed in words per minute. W is the number of words typed. E is the number of errors made, and M is the number of minutes typing. All right. So Mark types 450 words in 5 minutes and makes 12 errors. What is his speed? So this is just a case of substituting this stuff in there. So I'm going to write that formula out. S equals W minus 10E all over M. I'm just going to review what these things are. W is the number of words typed. So it says Mark has typed 450 words minus 10 times number of errors, 12 errors, over M. Now, what's M again? M is the number of minutes typing. So it says that he's been typing for 5 minutes. So I didn't have to convert anything. I'm literally just going to punch that into a calculator. Well, maybe it's safe if I expand that first. 10 times 12 is 120 all over 5. We do have to follow the correct order of operations here. So I'm going to go 450 minus 120. And that gives me 330. And then I'm going to divide by 5, which tells me 66. All right. So that's just for part A. I'm assuming that part B is going to work similar. I'm going to look again. It says if Rana makes no errors, how many words would she have to type in 5 minutes to have the same speed as Mark? All right. So they do give you different things in that one. So I'll show you a little bit about that one. So in part B, you want to have that same speed. So now you know what S is. So you go 66 equals, and it wants to know how many words you'd have to type. So I'm going to put in W for that, minus 10 times 0 errors, it said. And does it give me a minute? The minutes? Yes, 5 minutes. So 10 times 0 is nothing. So it turns out the math in this one's easier because I'm just going to multiply that 5, both sides by 5 times 5 times 5. And let's see, I'm going to have 66 times 5, and it's 330 words. So she typed less words but made no mistakes, and he typed more words but made, 12 mistakes or something like that. So that's the way that goes. That's number 11. Number 12. Airplane pilots use the formula S equals D over T. That would be speed equals distance over time, an old physics formula to estimate flight times. And the formula, S is the average speed, D is the distance traveled, and T is the time of flight. Estimate the flight time from Ottawa to Thunder Bay. The distance is 1,100 kilometers. Assume that he's flying at an average speed of 350 kilometers per hour. So that's pretty simple. Go 350 kilometers per hour is equal to the distance, they said, is 1100 kilometers, and here's the time. So in physics, I would say just swap the distance and the time. I've even showed physics students this triangle before where it's speed, distance, time. So time equals distance over speed, and that's fine if you want to use it here. But since this is a math class, usually what we would do is we multiply both sides by time. That gets rid of time on the right side. So I've got 350 times time on the left and 1100 on the right. I don't know why I wrote 1,000. It's 1100 on the right. And then the last step is just to divide by 350. There we go. And I don't need to finish that one off for you. You guys can, but that's the way that you can do part A. Part B said, describe the operation you use to isolate T. Well, I just did that, right? Multiply both sides by T and then divide both sides by 350. And that was what part B was. This is the solution to part A. And that wraps up the word problems, guys. Hopefully that helps if anybody was struggling with that. And I'll post this. I'll post this with that 6.2 post from last week, and you can expect a new post tomorrow on Tuesday. Okay. All right. Have a good last day of the long weekend.